Okay, hello and welcome everyone to In the Spotlight. I'm Tyra.
And I'm Julia. Nice to meet you all.
Hey, Julia. So we're going to jump right in today because we're really excited about this Panelist Insight series that we do from time to time. Now, first off, I just want to say if you are a first timer here, a little bit about each of us. For Julia and I running the show, we have Facebook pages, we have our business page on YouTube also. So you can always find me on TN Grow Wealth Together. And Julia?
Yeah, and same goes for myself. But I'm at AJ Internet Solution.
Right. So we do these panel insights to help people meet the founders because there's over 600. Are we at 650,000 now? Wow.
Yeah.
That is just amazing. And we want people to know we're real people and ONPASSIVE is real value. So these people you're going to meet today, they're people of vision. They're people that wanted change already in how business has been done up until this point online. And, you know, they've really caught it. And so for you, the listener, I just want to encourage you to sit back and to enjoy the show. We hope you catch the vision too. And we hope you join us. So go ahead, Julia.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add in a little bit, and it's going to kind of lead into one of our first questions. So since today's show is all about value of being an ONPASSIVE founder, I don't know about you, but when I was young as a founder, which was only 6 months ago, I asked myself a couple questions. I said, have I ever wanted to work online, and have I never had success, or I didn't know how to start, which was me? Have you ever worked online and not made a penny? That was me. And have you ever felt like you just can't catch a break online? No matter what you do, you try so hard, you try so many different things, and you just can't catch the break. So I had to ask myself, did I answer this yes to one of the questions, or can I relate to it? Well, you're part of 90% of the people out there who haven't been able to make it online, and it's not your fault. And I say this because the system failed you.
Right.
So with ONPASSIVE, the system will force you to succeed. So where I'm taking this is I invite you to watch this today because the panelists are going to explain their perception of what the value of being an ONPASSIVE founder is. So I'm so excited today. I'm really looking forward to this on the perspectives. So I'm going to give it back to Tyra for a moment, and then we're going to get going.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Thanks. I love that. You know, you really have to look at those things about what you're doing and reassess where you're at if you're working online and is it of value to you. So I'm going to invite each of our guests to introduce themselves in turn. Let us know where you're coming in from and let us know when you joined ONPASSIVE. And we would like to hear if you just have a little minute or so that you want to share about your experience, how you came into it, how you heard about it. We would love to hear that. We'll start with Lynn, we'll go to Arthur, and then we'll finish with Tony. Go ahead, Lynn.
Hello, everybody. Well, I started with ONPASSIVE in 2019. I had been doing other related businesses, online businesses, but you know, as much as I tried, my heart was in all of them, but I didn't have success. I struggled. My husband would say to me, do you realize you made $0 this year? And I'm like, oh, that's embarrassing. For the hours that I had put in, the time, the energy, it wasn't fruitful. It was not productive. But I was very fortunate because someone cared enough to share with me about ONPASSIVE. How lucky was I? How blessed was I? My life has not been the same since. I've been into this business with such a heart for the business. I have such a strong belief in the vision of this company. I have such admiration for our CEO, Ash Mafara, and I've just enjoyed the journey. You know, from day one, I've just just enjoyed it, rather than being nervous about the outcome. I don't have to be anymore because I know that my success is guaranteed. So it's just been a joyful ride that I've been on, and I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful you asked me to be on the show so I can share my perspectives.
Our pleasure. Our
Well,
pleasure. And where are you from? Where do you currently live, Lynn?
I currently live in St. Petersburg, Florida, but
Oh,
I was born and raised in Hawaii. I'm a Hawaii girl at heart.
okay.
But,
awesome.
Hawaii is very expensive. So I ended up retiring to St. Petersburg. It's a lot
Okay.
lower cost of living.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. It's
indeed.
good to know.
Good.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, Arthur. Let's hear from you.
Well, I'm so excited about being here, Tyra and Julia, and also among the guests, Lynn and Tony. Uh, I'm calling, actually here from Louisville, Kentucky, in the United States.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not going to be here very long. End of the month, I'm going back home, which is in Alabama, is an hour south of Montgomery,
Okay.
uh, more like in the country. But yeah, I started with ONPASSIVE January 23rd, 2019. And the reason I joined ONPASSIVE, I don't know, I can't remember how I discovered it, but you get all kinds of emails. But for some reason, I spotted it. And when I noticed the message that was presented, that it was all done for you, a one time fee, uh, out of pocket. And I won't go into the price at this moment because I don't believe in giving out cost and prices because sometimes it could be a waste of time. Uh, you get people excited first, and then when they come back and ask questions, then you can give them that other information. But when I listened to the videos that Ash Mafara and at that time our deceased friend and founder Scott Nelson, those two voices touched me, and it just drew me to ONPASSIVE. After realizing what this was all about, so I had been marketing for 40 years and never made any money. Tried working online and doing magazine clippings, sending things. Back then, it was all mail order anyway. When I started, wasn't even the internet then. But as the years went on, after spending a few years in the military, I got out and I continued the entrepreneur spirit. Well, what I loved about ONPASSIVE, that was a dream that I've always had. Why? And the question was this: why can't everybody make money, online, offline, or whatever? Ask Mafari when he was presenting his story, it was the same story that I had. It had to be a way for everybody to make money. Why is that not possible? Well, for one, I've discovered it was greed. For one, there's so many companies out there would take your money and run with it. There's so many companies out there with they're upselling everything and they don't give you all the details up front. They'll start you off with a spiel or a pitch, thinking that this is all I need, $100, and I'm out the door with everything. But then there's an upsell that comes behind it. Well, we don't do that with ONPASSIVE. And I love that concept that everybody has an opportunity. No one is left behind. And I've never heard that before in any business online. Uh, we always talk about the 97% that never made any money and only the 3%. Well, what I understand with this company ONPASSIVE, there is no possible way that you can't succeed because ONPASSIVE is going to do it all for you with artificial intelligence. They didn't have that either back then.
Yeah.
Now you see companies are talking about artificial intelligence, but the key that they're missing is passion. There's no passion with these other companies. They don't have humanity in part of the equation. Uh, so I I love ONPASSIVE, and then here's the top of everything: the family. We have 650,000 founders. We all are on the same page. We all share the same vision. It's not just Mr. Ashmafar's vision; it's our vision.
Right.
So we all work together, not against one another like those other companies that I've been involved with. So my thing is this: I'm excited. I'm glad I'm here. I don't do anything else. I work for Arthur Gully. I don't work. I retired in 2019. Haven't worked for anyone since, and I love it. So I encourage anybody to come in and check us out because we're here to help you. Now, the key thing I want you to remember is this: we don't need any more founders. We don't need any more people in the business. We're only doing this to share and help someone else because we believe if we help one person at a time, then they could have their dream come true while we work together as one global family. And I would thank you for allowing me to speak.
That's well said, Arthur. Well said.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tony, go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you, Tyra and Julie, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Our
How
pleasure.
can I, go after Arthur and Lynn? Wow, my God. My name is Tony Monk, and I started ONPASSIVE in October 5th, 2018. I had the opportunity to start in July, right at the beginning when Ash had the vision. So I came in 3 months after. And I've been in online marketing for quite a few years, since 1996, and started with Melaleuca, a couple of other companies. I did some trading as well. So throughout that time, I made pretty good money. I made 7 figures, and then in 2008, everything fell apart when we had the stock market crash. Everything went down the toilet, and as time progressed, back in the .com age is when I started with online marketing. So it was pretty easy back then, but it became more difficult as time went by to get the right leads and traffic to what you were doing. And so I found ONPASSIVE in October. I was introduced in July from my sponsor, and he tried to get me in then, and there were about 1,000 founders in July at the time, and that was only a few days that Ash had the vision, right? So I thought to myself, 1,000 founders, I mean, that's a lot of people. How in the world am I going to make any money? I was thinking of the old mentality of how things worked back then. So I thought I thought about it. 3 months later, 3,400 people when I joined, and I thought it went from 1,000 to 3,400 in 3 months.
Yeah.
So I jumped in right away. I saw something happening here, right? I thought, well, something's happening here, and it's quite unique. So when I got in about a month later, 20,000 founders. Something like 20,000. Yeah, so I saw rapid growth. And when I first listened to Ash's video, and Scott Nelson, like Arthur was mentioning here, they were very inspiring, very inspiring. Ash inspired me. There's just something about him. He has that energy about him that just, you want to listen to him. Intensely, he has that passion about the business. I like the fact that it's automated. All the businesses I did back then were not automated. I had to go and get my own traffic and my autoresponders and this and that and the other thing. And with ONPASSIVE, everything is in one place, in one platform, for one price. That's a lot cheaper than any price out there. Like Marty was saying the other day on one of the webinars, all the big gurus are going to come in eventually, because we have what they want, and it's a lot cheaper. It's proprietary. It's I think it's better than anything out there. I looked at some of the products, and they're just fascinating. So, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Well, I mean, we have 650,000 plus members. Founding members. These are all paid members, not free members. These are all people that paid, so they have an invested interest. in this business. So this is something huge. I don't think a lot of people realize how big this thing is. It's big, it's big, and it's very inspiring. Arthur was saying that the community, the webinars, when we all get together, it's all about heart, and it is about heart. It's not about that the greed and that the world is full of. It's nice to get on panels with like you guys, the two of you. I mean, the four of you, three of you. I'm the fourth one, right? Anyway, it's fun because we get to talk, and we get to talk from the heart, and it's all about the heart. It really is, and that's pretty much what I have to say. I don't want to take too much time.
And whereabouts are you, Tony, right now in the RV?
I'm in Victoria, BC.
Oh,
where Tyra's from.
oh yeah.
I live on the same island.
Okay.
I'm in a Esquimalt in a 2-bedroom apartment overlooking the ocean, and we have an old RV, and I thought I'd take the RV out. It's a little quieter.
No, I totally understand that.
Yep, he's almost my neighbor. We'll get to meet one day.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should meet at the Empress or something.
There you go. Perfect.
For tea.
Yeah. So, this is just wonderful. When you hear each of the people, and we could have in turn 650,000 people come on here in turn, and they will all be telling the same thing. Julia and I have been doing these interviews for a while, and there's always the common thread about non-competitive. People call it family. People call it heart. So in our theme right now, we're talking about value. Well, that alone in a big company, I mean, that is priceless for value, right? Absolutely. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is, so ONPASSIVE is going to be setting us up as founders in a business. Either we'll use it as our standalone business, or if we have a business, we can attach it to. And we're going to be paying ONPASSIVE a subscription price monthly. We pay it 1 month, first month, our price, and then we will be getting that out of our profit, because the company is going to be, as I said, setting us up. We're going to get domain names, web pages. They're going to drive traffic, like the whole thing that any marketer would ever have to do. So I want to hear from you guys, because you guys all have experience. You've all worked online. I want to hear about your thoughts, your reactions to finding out, oh my goodness, you mean I can pay once, never again out of pocket, and they're going to build my business. So let's hear from you guys. If you're ready, just jump in. Go ahead.
I view ONPASSIVE as an equalizer. And what I mean by this is it's no longer going to be the haves and the have-nots. Because with the small entry fee we have to become a founder, most everyone can come in, and then they will share an equal success. It doesn't matter whether you're educated or not, you're wealthy or not, you have technical skills or not. Everyone has the same opportunity to be successful. And I think this is just amazing. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share today.
Yeah, and it's unheard of, really, anywhere else you go, or me. And you guys have been in different areas for up to 40 years. Well, kudos to you. And so you understand that means a lot. And with ONPASSIVE, and the fact that they're going to be helping you out and forcing you to succeed. So we love that.
Arthur, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I agree with Lynn 100%. It's equilibrium. Meaning that the way it's set up in ONPASSIVE, every 7-figure earner online has. Okay, so it's an automated system, meaning that we've got the autoresponder, we've got the opt-in pages, we have the traffic, we have everything you can possibly think of that every 7-figure earner online has right now.
Right.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then when you have the guaranteed traffic leads, these are guaranteed leads.
Yeah.
What you're offering, you have no other choice but become wealthy. It's just a given, and that's why Ash says that it's a done deal. It is a done deal.
Yeah.
It is a done deal. We all have the opportunity here to make a lot of apples, and we're going to be, and we're going to. You know, if you just get involved as a founding member, $97 is a joke. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something, the value, you were talking about value, Tyra. The value of this business is not $97. It's something like maybe $970,000. You know, that's more like it as far as I'm concerned. This is a $1 billion industry. We've been estimated at 5.5 billion, and we haven't even launched yet. You know, we're in pre-soft launch right now. You know, I'm very excited, very excited. So I agree with Lynn. It's an equilibrium thing, meaning that everyone has the equal amount of making, you know, a substantial amount of money. Yeah.
Well, you had brought up earlier when you talked, okay, so we have 650,000 founders that have paid their fee. So now let's consider what company that we have ever heard of that has 650,000 customers lined up at the door, ready and waiting for the doors to open, because ONPASSIVE hasn't launched to the public yet. We're lined up. We're ready. That is unheard of.
And it's like Boxing Day. It's like Boxing Day. Everybody in there, and here we go. We're off to the races.
The biggest company I was involved with a few years ago had 60,000 before launch.
Oh, really? Okay.
And these were free members. They weren't paid members.
Oh, wow. So that says.
And it was a large company, and they did very well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that's the thing of it. So, Arthur, you've been online so long. Like, what do you have to say about all this?
Well, you know, we heard the statement many times. You have a business. You're in a business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's what we do here with ONPASSIVE. We're in a business for ourselves, but we're not by ourselves. We all 650,000 people all over the globe working together to make sure that we all succeed. Now, the biggest thing I like about it is when we were talking about the pay once out of pocket, and then your profits would take you the rest of the way every single month, would pay your subscription. I've never heard of that before.
No.
And I wondered, even when in my time that I was doing my marketing, why was that not possible? Because if we making the money, we made a sale. Why do we have to wait for the money? I've been in that, you know, like, okay, I made my money and I got to wait 15 days to get my money. I made sales. The company get theirs off the top. Well, the excuse was to keep having a charge back on me. They want to make sure that somebody didn't do a charge back or whatever. Which my thing is this: okay, you got your money first. Why am I doing this and then I have to wait? Then you got this thing called upsell. I mean, not upsell. I'm sorry. Pass ups. We don't even do pass ups here. We don't have any type of qualifications where if you reach a certain level and you have to maintain that level, and then if you don't keep that level, you drop down, and then the company or your sponsor or someone else gets the money. It's unfair. You did all this work and you losing money? That doesn't make any sense to me. But here, Ash decided that something had to be done about this. And when he came up with his vision, he brought us all in here to share that vision. And we all, that's why he said, in it to win it. It's impossible for you to be an ONPASSIVE and not win. Now, if everybody don't come in at the same time, of course, there's some guidelines we have to follow when we came in and all of that, timestamp, or whenever but overall, If we keep being passive, we will get there eventually. And it's just, it's a win-win for everybody. So my thing is this, it's a win-win situation. No one can lose. Uh, the passion that Ash had given all the founders, uh, nobody's done it. Never have out. And I have a logo that says, if most people have seen it, it's a spaceship, and it says on passive, the new frontier.
I
We
love it.
boldly to go where no other company has gone before. We are the pioneers as founders of a company that never been done before. You never seen the pay plan like this before. The whole structure of ONPASSIVE has never been done before. We are the pioneers of it. And it would take years for anyone else to even come along and do what we're doing. It's going to take a lot of years because, number one, they're too greedy to do anything else other than take our money and run with it or whatever. But we're in the right place. And if you can picture this, Walmart is a brand. We have a multi-billion-dollar company branded to me, to Tony, Tyra, Julia, Lynn, and all the other founders, 650 different brands under one roof with products based on ONPASSIVE. If you take Walmart, every product they sell, they're not Walmart products. They belong to someone else. They are distributors. They are those companies are the suppliers. Well, ONPASSIVE is the supplier for my branded company. So we're gonna start out with a brand, with our own. We can sell on our own label. So that's what I love about it. I never heard of that before either. And then I must finish with this: the subscription fee. It's going to take care of all of that. We don't have to touch anything. If you don't know anything about computers, phones, or whatever, ONPASSIVE going to take care of it for you because your subscription is going to pay for that, including the traffic, including your web, your brand, your website builder, your Zoom platform, or whatever you want to call it. Where you can have your meetings, and it's all unlimited under one price, affordable under one roof. Right now, I will say 50 products at the most. 50 products valued at $1 billion each. That's $50 billion to me. Are we there yet? We on our way. So who's going to lead the internet now? The big giants, we're going to be right at the top with them. So if they don't see this, I don't know what they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And which brings me, Arthur, you made a good point about being passive and or active. Now with ONPASSIVE, you can be passive where you can sit and just let the company do everything for you, whereas you can be active and build yourself a team. The only real difference is timeline, how fast you get there, other than the timestamp. So I just wanted to get your perspective on what it is, whether you're passive or you're active, what the perks, what the benefits are for you. Like, for instance, you get a website, a domain that is fresh, changes every single day. You get products embedded with AI, the targeted traffic, global reach, and so on and so forth. So from your perspective, nobody else's perspective, what is it that is the benefit that intrigues you the most? Lynn, we'll start with you.
I think it's the business model itself. It's unique. I don't think we're going to see anything like this business model in our lifetimes. This is how unique it is. And I think this business model emanates from our CEO. If you think about Ashma Farah and his heart, he has a heart for us as well. It extends to founders and it extends to resellers and customers who come on board after the launch. But he did not have to create such a generous business model, right? If you think about it, it's because of his philosophy. And his philosophy is to make us successful, wildly successful, with time freedom and financial freedom that's unlimited. And in turn, knowing that we will be like him, we're going to give back to humanity. We're going to give back to the world. We're going to pay it forward. And think about the tremendous impact millions of people in OnPassive can make on the world versus Ash Mufara himself trying to make an impact. Yes, he'd make an impact, but how much greater of an impact are we, the masses in OnPassive, going to make? We're changing humanity and making things so much better. So that's what I think is very special about OnPassive.
Wow. Well said,
Yes.
Lynn. That's
Yeah, very well said.
mhm.
Tony, anything to
I
add
agree
there?
with Lynn. I agree with Lynn 100%. Just to add to that, she was mentioning that Ash has a big heart, and he does have a big heart. Most companies, most businesses are based on pride and greed, right? And this business is based on heart. Ash really cares about everybody that joins this company. It's an automated system, so you can't go wrong. If you don't know anything about internet marketing or anything about internet anything, we've got it all in one platform. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's built with heart, and that's what I love about it. Instead of greed, a lot of these companies, like I don't want to mention names, but the big conglomerates out there are usually pretty greedy, right? I mean, how many companies do you know, or businesses out there, like big, huge companies that pay their founding or members, right? You just don't get it. This is a complete different animal. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
well,
Arthur, what's your take on it?
Well, I agree with everyone. So I'm going to add to this. A few of us, and a lot of people are still getting these gifts from the CEO or the company of OnPassive choice of a laptop, computer, or
Mhm.
iPhone. And we already know what the iPhones are costing. Uh, can you imagine? We didn't have to do a lot. We just do what like we're doing now, just being committed to the company and operating in a way to share the company and the vision to help someone else that been dreaming for years uh, about making money online or even having a business, whether it's offline or online, it doesn't matter. But his passion to show us how he appreciated us because we are the ones that help build OnPassive.
mhm.
I got my laptop, top of the line, Dell, computer. It's sent from India, from where the tech company is. And who does that? I mean, yeah, they might give you a gift card, if the most $100 gift card or something. But a computer, iPhone. I mean, even when we opened up the new building in India, sent people over there, about 30 some people, out of the company's pocket
Yeah.
to see what they're doing over there. Uh, I mean, if anything, they say you got to pay for. You hear all the time these companies, we're gonna do a seminar or something or whatever, and get your tickets. They cost this much. You get this, they cost that much. They didn't cost them a dime. The ones that went. I mean, if that's not passion for the people appreciating who working to build something, I don't know what is. But
That's right.
overall, there's no better place to be than
No.
on passive,
Yeah.
and I will brag about it to the day I die. Ash says we're gonna do it or die. I feel that way. Do it or die. I've done everything else that didn't work. Guess what? This is it. There is nothing else out there. I don't
Mhm.
care what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you can find somebody that's gonna promote your business, give you a website, give you a brand, give you everything you need to operate online, find somebody that does that besides Mr. Ashmafari. And because what he's doing, 650 other people, thousand people believe the same thing. So we're on the same page. I don't like to use the word uh, like-minded people too lightly,
Mm.
because you got business-minded people and you got like-minded people. With ONPASSIVE, we are all like-minded as well as business-minded. Business-minded people could be several people together, has a mind of operating a business, but they're going in separate directions.
Mhm.
Like-minded people are on the same page, going in the same direction. And
Right.
that's what we're about in ONPASSIVE. We're about love, sharing, and making sure that we pull the next man up that's on the bottom. We're going to pull him up to where we are. If he's over on the other side of the water, we're going to pull him in. We work together. We are a family, a global family with heart. And you can't get no better than that.
That's awesome.
Well said.
That is, yeah, that is just awesome for sure.
Very well
You
said.
know, well, if you consider it, our CEO Ash Mufareh could have gone, because he was successful in his own right in what he was doing. He could have gone and got a couple buddies. Hey guys, let's invest $1 million. Let's get going. Let's do this. I have this business plan. But you know, Arthur said it, Tony said it, Lynn said it, and Julia and I are saying it all the time also, that this is a gentleman that truly wants to change things. He doesn't want to see the things the way they've been. He's been 20 some years in the industry and he's seen all the things that were off. So I want to take you guys a little bit back again and to opportunities and see what you have to say about this, because I know you're all familiar with this statement. But first, I want you to think about, you know, people are looking for opportunities every day. It doesn't matter when you go on the internet, people are searching. They're searching for help in what they're doing. They're searching for extra income, added income, whatever you want to say. People are looking. Why are people buying lottery tickets left, right, and center every week? Because they're looking for something more, right? They want to make their lives better. You know, so we consider all these things, or even the opportunities that say, well, come on, we'll make you rich. And, you know, Arthur brought it up. You just keep forking out money for the next thing and the next thing, and nothing ever happens. Well, something that has struck me, a deep, deep chord in me, is when I heard Ash talk about ONPASSIVE is the correction to the corruption. Now let's talk about this, guys, because we're talking about value, and you're not going to get anything anywhere out there greater value than this statement. So go ahead, Lynn, do you want to jump on?
Yes, I think one of the tremendous things about ONPASSIVE is the fact that we're offering high value at the lowest possible price. Any company that can offer quality products, and ours are proprietary, at a price that beats the competition, hands down. This is what ONPASSIVE has. And simply because of this, millions of people are going to come to ONPASSIVE just for the products alone. Then compound that with people who are coming to make money. They want to use our products, but they also find a need to have a passive income that continues to grow over time, regardless if they are active in the business or passive. Those are all ingredients for a very, very successful recipe, in my opinion.
Oh, indeed.
Absolutely are.
Yeah,
I
you're
agree.
for sure. Yeah. Author, do you want to add a little bit to that too? Because I know you understand the correction to the corruption.
Oh, yes. It is corrupted out there. It still is, and it always will be until we fix it. And we are fixing it, because the number one thing that makes it so corrupted is they have no passion for human beings, life. Now, he had said this: if you got $1 billion, and think of it, I'm going back home to a little small town, and let's just say someone's house catches a fire. They lose everything. then I'm a billionaire. And I'm living maybe 10 miles down, on the other side of town, but I read the newspaper. And what I do, well, we pray for them, whatever, that type of thing. But why can't you put them at a hotel? Why you can't buy them some clothes? The things that they lost. You're gonna give this money away, right? You're gonna get a write-off for giving money away, but you're giving it to people that don't need it. You get the same write-off by helping someone that needs it. How can you walk by, see these kids hungry, see the people don't have anywhere to stay, and you don't do anything about it? That's unbelievable how people can be so greedy. You see these ads on TV. Kids, they got one called Smile or whatever it is. The lips and teeth and all that. How many billionaires are doing something about that? But they want the poor people and the people to support that, and we do. Well, if the billionaires would put all that money in there, guess what? They won't need very much of our money. So this is what we about. It's not we're going to make money, but we're not talking about us. We're talking about helping someone that needs help. So that's what we are doing. That's what our goal is. Because we're going to make enough. The Bible speaks of being abundant and blessed so that you can share and give back. That's what we're focusing on. It's not about us. It's about humanity. It's about helping what people don't have that into their heart to do anything about it. They don't even talk about it. All they want is take your money, and then they teach people to do the same thing, duplicate that. But we're going to duplicate passion. We're going to duplicate love. We're going to duplicate helping the world, not just our country where we live or our neighbor, but we become leaders in our neighborhood and get more respected of doing what's right. That the corruption, we are the correction of that. We're going to change the way people do things, not just business, but the way people do things, period. The love that they should be doing to share and lift up another person.
Yeah. That's really good.
Nothing been done. We are doing it.
Yeah.
The passion. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Tony, did you want to add anything more here?
Yeah, boy, do I ever agree with that. My goodness, that's true. That's true. Very true. The correction to the corruption. We're definitely the correction to the corruption. There's also a lot of really good, kind-hearted millionaires and billionaires out there. The problem is there's always the middleman. There was a guy that had a private jet, and he was getting tired of sending money to places like Africa, and it wasn't going into the tribes where it should have gone, because they were in conflict with other people, so they would come and steal all that food. So he said, you know what? I'm just going to fly my private jet right into the community and make sure that they actually get. So he was advised against that. So there's always these middle people that are corrupt and greedy, and I agree with you, Arthur. It's a terrible world out there with a lot of greedy people. But hey, we've got 650,000 people that are not greedy. So I have a feeling we're going to make. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact we're going to make a big dent, a huge dent on this planet. I mean, Ash has created a system where everybody can succeed. You know, right from 1 year old to 90 or 100 year old. You know, you don't have to be involved. It's an automated system. And on top of that, he creates something called Oh Bless.
I'm glad you brought that up.
You know, I mean, how much better can it get than that? You know, now, and the thing is with Oh Bless, it's 100%. 100% goes to the charities. It's not like these other platforms where they take a big chunk.
Yeah, I think
for admin fees or for whatever excuse.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. No, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. We've got the best business here. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just, it's absolutely amazing. Am I muted?
No,
No, Lynn.
Oh, Lynn is.
Lynn was
Okay.
trying
Added
to
but
talk
don't
to you
know.
about that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, not at all.
So you're still muted, Lynn.
Down at the bottom left.
It's down at the bottom. There
Okay,
you
there we
You'll
go.
have to move your mouse around. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I was just saying, Tony, as far as Obless, I'm glad you brought that up because, for some reason, these other competitors to our Obless, these crowdfunding platforms, they're charging that fee of 17 to 30%. And somehow it doesn't seem right that
No.
you're promoting causes like charities and stuff, but you're taking money from the givers, the donators. That just doesn't sit right with me. That
It's
seems
very
like a bit
greedy.
of a corruption to me.
It is. Yeah, that's the
And
corruption.
so,
That's why we're the correction to the corruption. And that's what Ash means. I mean, the guy is incredible. When you get to know him, I've spoken to Ash text wise. In the early days, that's the only communication we had was through phone because we didn't have a platform. So the man he has a huge heart. His lawyers think he's insane. They seriously do. They looked at him and it says they said to him. They actually said to him at a meeting. They said, "Ash, do you realize you have an opportunity here to become the wealthiest person on the planet?" And he looked at him and says, "I don't want to be the wealthiest person on the planet. I want to share my wealth with the people that are helping me create this community."
Yeah.
I'd like
So
to add
that's
something.
amazing.
I'd like to add something to that old bless that Tony
Sure.
brought up. Can you imagine these organizations? We don't know. Of course, we know about Red Cross. We know about the St. Charles, whatever, the hospitals and all of that. But the thing is, we don't know who operating and handling the money, right? So we are donating all this money. We don't know how much of it is going to the actual charity. And we don't know these people. But with ONPASSIVE, 650,000, we may not know all of them. But I build a relationship with Tony, Lynn, Julia, Tyra, and we all get together and say, well, we have this cause. Tony may come up to me and say, I'd like to work on this cause. Would you be willing to join me with it? I trust Tony because I built a relationship with Tony.
Mhm.
Then he talked to Tyra, Julia, Lynn, and we all get
Right.
together. We can trust the person we're dealing with. So when we're doing this blessed thing, we know it's going to be taken care of and nobody's going to be skimming off the top of it.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with these companies that you don't know, although the companies have a good reputation, but they change management. We don't know when somebody's going to be in management that's going to take off and take a lot of the money with them. So that's why we have a family here. It's a big difference. We have a relationship. When we travel, we have places to go and shake hands. We see it on the news all the time in governments. But do they actually know these people? They don't know each other. They just know them just because it's part of the game. But with ONPASSIVE, we choose to build a relationship with who we like to choose to build it with, and we get together and we make something happen. That's what's going to make a big difference in the old blessed thing, because we know who we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And it's all about trusting. We got to start somewhere, but once we realize who we can trust, then we go and run with it. I love
Do
it.
you mind if I add something, Tyra?
Go
Absolutely.
ahead, please.
Just something quick. I was also looking at some of these large charities of what the CEOs make.
Oh, right.
Millions of dollars a year. Millions of dollars a year. Red Cross, I think the CEO makes $4 million or something like that. There's a chart you can see what they're making. I mean, seriously, it's a charity. What are you making $4 million for a year? Why isn't that money more of that money going towards the cause? Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's the whole thing. We're just going to look at wrapping it up, but what you're saying here, Tony, what Arthur just said and what Lynn added in, correction to the corruption. It's a big deal. Like, this is a real big deal. And as I had said at the beginning, these people you are seeing before you are visionaries. They caught the vision of ONPASSIVE. They get it. You can hear them as they're talking. about their passion, and just, you know, the heart of Ash, that will draw people that are similar, because they want to find something that really, really works. The internet's not going anywhere. But you know what? The business plans out there have failed us. We have tried and tried. Really, honestly, many people can say, oh my gosh, have I tried? You know, but they have failed. And it's not, maybe, I always thought it was my fault. But it's the fault of the business plan, the way it's done. I don't have 25 or 30 years of experience to know how to drive traffic, or, you know, all of these other things. So we
Not
really
many people
want to
do.
encourage you
Not
guys.
many
Go
people
ahead,
do,
Julia.
Tyra. Yeah, not many people do. And even the ones that do, it's still a tough business. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But I do want to leave with this part. Once our bottom line is taken care of, because obviously we have to take care of ourselves, our families, and everything like that, the fact that people are starting to talk about the different charities, I'll leave this with everybody that's looking at this this wonderful opportunity. Once your bottom line is actually taken care of, so you get your fancy car or whatever it is you want to do, or your house or whatever, what is the charity that you have supported all your life and you could never actually contribute to? And start dreaming again, because it will be possible, and sooner than you think.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. So we're going to wrap up. You guys are amazing. Like this is really good. You know, sometimes it's hard to take it all in when we're in it and interviewing and listening, but I love going back and listening to the replays, because it's like, oh my goodness, you guys all shared really wonderful nuggets. So we really want to encourage anyone that is listening, please check this out. We are at, our company website is ONPASSIVE.com. It is so full of information. Our company values, our products, blogs, like anything you would ever want to know about ONPASSIVE is there. And please, at any time, reach out to any of us. We will be more than willing to help you out. Julia, do you want to finish with anything else? Here's Tony, go ahead.
Tony, go ahead.
I just wanted to say something. I've got a saying. If you're sitting on the fence and you're trying other things or what have you, you know what you're doing? You're tripping over the $100 bills to pick up the pennies.
Oh, good saying.
Ooh,
I like it.
I like
ONPASSIVE
that.
is the $100 bills. Everything else is the pennies.
Yeah. Good one, Tony.
Good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah. So Julia, do you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, so I just wanted to take a moment, Lynn, Arthur, Tony, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I know you guys are really busy, but I'm so excited to meet you and actually become your friend and converse with you, and keep in touch, please. And I wish you all the best of luck, and stay safe out there. And we'll chat soon.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Arthur.
Tennessee.
Love you, buddy.
Kentucky, actually.
Bye for now.